Hi there folks, it's David Ostriker here in Karmiel. I'm in the shadow of our new home. It's partial Lech Lecha, and it's still very warm and beautiful here. And the Lech Lecha rings very true to me this week. You know, moving when you're in your 70s, which is what Avraham Avinu did, is really tough, I gotta tell you. From beginning to end, it's tough. And it takes recovery time after, which I'm in the midst of. Everything has been kind of dropped in our lap from the previous house to the new house. So there's a great deal of sorting and unpacking to do. The movers who are efficient are brutal in the process. Where do you want this? Where do you want this? Where should we put this? Where should we put this? It's very, very hard, and you're exhausted at the end of it. So I must say, my empathy, my sympathy for Avraham Avinu, who was even older than me when he made the big move of Lech Lecha from what was really Iraq to what would become Israel, Canaan. I just don't know how he did it. I hope he had good movers who were kind to him, and the camel drivers were pleasant, because he must have been worn out by the time he got here. But arriving in Eretz Israel is always a very special thing, and I think it probably was for our father Abraham. A little bit of interest that I heard from the Rebbitzin that I wanted to share with you. You can see, like, our stuff is still out on the porch and in the back and over there. You know, some of it's in the house, but an awful lot of it is out here. And we're now more than 2 weeks after Sukkot and in the rainy season. So if we have a downpour tomorrow, it wouldn't be good. But they say there's no rain for the next at least week coming up. So that's good for me, but it's actually not something you can pray for. In fact, it's very interesting. On Yom Kippur, which is, you know, four days before Purim, before Sukkot, and the commencement of the rainy season, which will come at the end of Sukkot, when the Kohen Gadol enters the Kadosh Kadoshim, the Holy of Holies in the temple, he prays for many things. He prays, of course, for the welfare of Israel. He prays for forgiveness for sins for the community of Israel. He prays for a good year, which should be written and sealed for it. He prays that, for instance, that women should not have miscarriages and should be fruitful. But he has one unique prayer that he does. He prays that the prayers of travelers should not be answered. Now, I have to tell you, I feel a little guilty about this, but it's worth noting. Why does he pray that the prayers of travelers should not be answered? Because, like myself, when you're unloading, there's an awful lot that you have to cope with. And what you do, right? You pray that you can dump your stuff outside and bit by bit bring things in the right place. But of course, if it's pouring outside, you have to fill your house immediately with boxes and stuff, some of which is intended to end up in the garage or other places, and it makes it very, very hard to unpack. So it's normal for travelers to pray that there should be no rains while they're traveling and unpacking. I didn't pray for there to be no rains, because in Israel, rain is critical. But the fact that when I look at the weather forecast, there's no rain for the next week, I have to admit that I'm not unhappy. So we're still very tired, but we're unpacking, and we will continue to unpack. We like our new place. As you can hear, there are not as many birds in our neighborhood. You'll get a good look at the backyard, which is really nice here, and our porch as well. But there are fewer birds than there were at our previous home. Maybe fewer fruit trees, could be. Or maybe just because there are more cats. Lots of cats, each one with its own unique personality. So maybe that's why there are a little fewer birds as well. I'm not sure. In any case, it's David Ostriker here in Karmiel, settling in Lech Lecha, Lech Lecha, Lech Lecha. So go for yourself. So we went and we're here. And I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. May all of our travels be travels that lead to success and a good mazel. Shabbat Shalom from David Ostriker here in sunny Karmiel.